here we are. Looks pretty, small, doesn't it? You know, for an endgamey sort of thing, this looks cool, but not exactly threatening. However, everything will change once I free this dragon. Does that name sound familiar to you at all?
Hey, didn't I already free you?
Yes.
You're in Gnasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on! I'm ready!
Reach the exit in each of Gnasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Gnorc himself.
Now, I know the game, not even the original, doesn't outright explain this, but apparently, all of the dragons that you free here, all, I think 6 of them, honestly, are all dragons that Spyro previously freed in other worlds, Gesundheit, and they all tried to go after Gnasty themselves. However, Gnasty bested them and trapped them in crystal again before they got close to him. And the reason why Spyro is immune to Gnasty's crystallization spell is because over a long distance, Spyro was too short to be hit by it, which is why he's the only one who's able to be spared. So now that that's cleared up, let's start with Gnorc Cove. Now, as you can probably tell from the name of the level and how it looks, this world has a bit of a harbor nautical theme to it. Which, I don't know. I wasn't really expecting anything in particular from Gnasty's world when I first played this game way back in the day. But I don't know, the harbor theme, and I guess maybe like the industrial factory theme is, you know, kind of fits his way. All like the evil corporations who are trying to pollute the planet and stuff, but I guess it kind of fits, but I don't know, I was expecting something a little bit more threatening than just harbor. I love how that guy is just, once you hit him once with the barrel and it explodes the TNT crate he's holding, he's like just brought down right to his undershirt. I really wish that they had kept what they did in the original. Which is if you hit one of these guys with TNT crates, he's not in an undershirt. He's actually down in his, heart-printed boxers. Really wish that had passed over, because that always made me laugh when I was younger. Not sure why they bothered changing it. Is it because heart-printed skivvies are too risque, even for an E10 game? I understand not wanting to show someone in their boxers in 4K. Actually, no, I don't. That really shouldn't matter, especially with a game with such a cartoony nature as this. So who knows why they decided to change it. Let's save this guy. Pretty sure he was from the Dreamweavers. Yup.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Gnasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Gnorc boots if I were him.
And yeah, again, pretty much every dragon in this world pretty much either says thank you for releasing me, or hey, Spyro, go kick Gnasty's butt for me. And also, one thing that really bothered me about the original game is even though all of these dragons you freed before had the same names and the same designs as the first time you freed them, their voices were different. I always thought that was kind of a gross oversight. But thought that they would... I'm not even sure if a lot of them were played by the same voice actor. Kinda weird. Kinda lazy, if you ask me. But here, of course, they retain all of the voice actors and the style that they go for. Which I am very glad they did. Plus, there's a furnace here now. Gosh, and then there's just this expansive sea with all these rocks in the distance. There's even a lighthouse. I actually never realized there was a lighthouse out there until right now. Like I said, every time I play this, it opens my eyes to something that I missed. It's tiny little details scattered throughout this entire game just goes to show just how affectionate the developers were in making this game as unique and just full of personality as they could, while still retaining the charm and the look of the original game. Which is why this is easily one of my favorite games that I've owned so far for my PlayStation 4. It's so good. And these barrels look so shiny now! Oh, I love it! Also, with all of these barrels that you're utilizing, kind of, you know, makes me think that the Insomniac was kind of inspired by Donkey Kong in that sense. Because, come on, you were jumping up a ramp and jumping over barrels at one point. Come on now. Instead of Jump Man, it's Jump Dragon.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Oh, God. Ugh, that line is so cringy. It was cringy 20 years ago, and it's cringy now. If anything, it's even more cringy now. See, I actually learned this fairly recently. In the original game, I also love how you can just bash enemies on barrels into another enemy on barrel. Albeit a mother father with another mother father. Still keeping it PG-13, guys. But in the original game, when Spyro says, "You gotta believe," it was actually meant to be a tiny little nod to another popular PS1 game at the time, Parappa the Rappa, which is a game that I have actually never even touched. But apparently, it was really good at the time, and it was sort of the birth of the rhythm genre. Which, I don't know, I'll probably like it now. Honestly, I probably would have liked it if I had actually played it 20 years ago, but now it's, with all of the, with how much the rhythm genre has progressed over these past 2 decades. Also, guess what, I got another key. I feel like Parappa the Rappa would feel incredibly dated. Which, if I remember right, the first Parappa the Rappa received really good reviews, and people said that it was like really intuitive and it pretty much just pioneered the rhythm genre. Then Parappa the Rappa 2 came out for the PlayStation 2, and everyone automatically thought that it kept the same formula and that it made the game incredibly dated. Also, this is the one instance in the game in which a key can unlock a lockbox, but you actually don't need a key to unlock it, because there's a barrel you can charge into it right frickin' next to it. So having the key really does not make any sense whatsoever. They should have either nixed the key or put the lockbox somewhere that didn't have a bunch of barrels next to it. I also love how we still have the key. I remember in the original, if you collected the key and used a barrel to burst the chest open, the key would just vanish from your inventory. But here, it actually just stays there, like, hey, I'm useless now. My existence is pointless. Thanks a lot. Now I'm a nihilist. I shall stare into the void. And there we go. There's one quote-unquote gauntlet done. And with that level done, the next dragon mouth opens. And we even get some treasure out of it. Now it's time for Twilight Harbor. And this level, unlike Gnorc Cove, actually does feel quite, shall we say, endgamey. And you will see why as soon as we touch down. The Gnorcs have freaking guns! Look at that! I love how there's a splash effect when you actually knock an enemy into water. But now you know that crap is getting real, because they are actually shooting stuff at you now. Now, this is one of the more controversial level redesigns in the trilogy. Because in the original game, yes, the Gnorcs had guns, but they were actual guns, like frickin' assault rifles, that would shoot actual bullets at you. And in this version of the level, it's kinda downplayed, because as you can see, it looks like these guys are ready for a round of Splatoon. Now, it's been explained by the developers that the reason for this change is to make it seem like the enemies were harnessing like the deadly ooze that you see throughout the levels as ammo, which is kinda cool if you think about it. But a lot of us, myself included, can't escape the thought that the real reason why they changed it is to censor the game a little bit, because things are a lot more PC now than they were 20 years ago, and having an actual assault rifle in a game that's aimed a bit more towards kids is kind of a no-no at this point.
Thank you for rescuing me.
Now, I myself am not terribly bothered by the fact that that these guys shoot ooze at me now. I really am not. But I can understand why people are. I mean, yes, it was a different time back then, but also the assault rifles that the Gnorcs used in the game 20 years ago were very poorly rendered and were generally, you know, the developers didn't mean any harm by it. They just wanted the Gnorcs, they just wanted the player to feel like the Gnorcs meant business this time around, that they really wanted to hammer in the feeling that things are really starting to get real and that you were getting near the end of the game, and that the Gnorcs would up their tactics. They weren't like telling kids to, you know, go fire a gun, and I actually don't want to finish that sentence because I don't want to get in trouble for what I'm about to say, but you know how it is. But even so, you know, this change isn't incredibly necessary, but like I said, I'm not too bothered by it. It's over and done with, and I'm definitely not going to let it ruin the game for me.
Be on the lookout for Gnorc commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
Oh yeah, he's getting such a big head now. Speaking of big head, I've heard that it is now possible, because, actually, I'm not sure if I've addressed this in the Let's Play before, but all of the cheats that were in the original game, that like the big head mode and the flat Spyro mode and the different color Spyro mode, you can now do big head mode and flat Spyro mode simultaneously. I actually want to try that at some point, because that sounds hilarious. Also, there's a supercharge here, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but all the way back here, there is a lockbox that I passed. And boom! Easy. Also, you might notice that there's a whole area up at the top of this building here. Now, how would I access that? You are right if you think that I need to use the supercharge. However, there is one thing that we need to do in order to get up there. See how this bridge looks like it could kind of split apart into like a drawbridge type thing? That's because if you flame these handles here, it totally does. And now it's a ramp. And now let's ride it over there, because it's awesome. And whee! Boom! Bam! God, is it satisfying. And I love how now that you're up here, you can kind of like see the pistons of the frickin', I don't even know what those things would be called, but the things that were harnessing the green ooze down below, you can kind of see them pump up here. I think that's kind of a cool little tidbit. Now, there's no gems hidden over here, but there is a life, which, might as well get it. Why not? However, you do want to glide over here to get these 30 gems that are on top of this building. Now that that's done, we can head back over here. Close this while we're at it. We do not need it anymore. Let's charge right through here, oh god. Oh jeez, how did I not get hit by any of that? Not complaining, just questioning my luck. Wow, that was alright. That was slick. Whoop. Don't want to miss that. And also another thing that I should mention that I am kind of perplexed about, but originally these Buccaneer-type dudes, instead of flinging explosive barrels at you, they flung grenades at you. Which kinda doesn't make sense, because both of them are destructive, both of them explode, so that one I really don't know why they bothered changing. I mean, if it was for censorship, then like I said, it's still something that explodes, so the censorship is kind of lost at this point. Go through this big old cavalcade of enemies here. These guys were always, like, really hard to dodge when I was a kid. As long as you get a certain rhythm down, they are cake. Then we're rewarded with a return home portal and a whole bunch of gems. Hopefully the last in the level. Bam. Let's get out of here. The time has come. The entire game has led up to this moment. Here it is. The big daddy of them all. The one who matters most. Gnasty Gnorc. Let's finish this. And we are thrown directly into the action. The only boss level in the game that does that. And unlike the other boss levels in the game that only require you to take no damage in the battle with the boss to get the skill point, this one, since you're encountering him from the get-go, you can't get hit during the entire level to get the skill point. First thing you want to do is get all of these gems around here, and also point out that he's on kind of a high platform that we can't jump to as of right now, but you can plainly see a keyhole right there. So how do we get to him? Through the power of keys, naturally. Like this guy. Oh my gosh, I got him immediately. Nice. Might as well just go through this area and get all these gems that I would otherwise miss. Now, since he's a Gnasty Gnorc, and you know, he's kind of a butt and a jerk, we can't lower his platform with this key right away. Instead, we have to unlock this door and chase after this thief. See if I can get him just as quickly. Nope, not happening. Oh well. Well, I tried. Come on. There we go. And now, we can finally get to this guy, and as soon as we do, you'll find out that he's honestly a bit of a wuss. Because as soon as he knows that we can lower this platform, he starts running away. And run away he does. Along this big old track here. Let's not bother actually chasing after him right now, because there's a cavalcade of gems to be had. I do like how, you know, the factory and harbor theme is set for this world, and this kind of looks like the epicenter of the factory, like where all the big, important stuff happens, you know what I mean? It's the heart of the factory, is what I should say. Alright, and since he's already been over on his platform for a while there, as soon as we go over here, he's just gonna go back down again. Which means we have to chase him all the way back around, which is gonna take a little while. And if we keep on his tail, then we're able to catch up to him, and boop. And now this is the part of the battle that gets a little bit difficult. Not only do we have to chase him across these platforms that are above lava, but the platforms are consistently retracting. Which means if we don't hurry, then we won't have a platform to land on and we'll fall to our death. Thankfully, there aren't that many of them. And now we avoid him a few more times, and bam, he is done for.
You're toast, Gnorc.
Sup, little sheep dude? I love how it just flies right in. So great.
Sorry it took so long. Almost forgot about you guys.
What about Gnasty Gnorc?
Gnasty Gnorc is toast.
Yeah, he is.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to find.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
What a satisfying conclusion to a satisfying remake. However, as you can plainly see, with this dragon here, and these few gems that are scattered around, and this last dragon mouth that's yet to be opened, it's not quite over yet.
Gnasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Gnasty's treasure hoard, but the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Well, that's the last dragon. There's 80 total in the entire game, and there's 12,000 treasure in the entire game, apart from that last level, spoilers. And the last of the gems that we need to collect should be right in this hub world. So let's do all of this. Now let's actually keep our eyes on that over there, so we can actually see it open.
Beetle.
You freaking ruined it! Wait, no you didn't. One gem left. Sorry, dude. You're still a jerk. So let's keep an eye on it, and... bam! There it goes. Oh god, that is so satisfying! Now, yes, we do have all of the collectibles in the game, all of the gems, all of the dragons, and all of the dragon eggs. But we also have all of the skill points. Wait, what? 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 I swear I didn't get hit! Huh? Or as Spyro would put it, huh? Alright, I know you don't need all the skill points to actually get 100% in this game, but I will not be satisfied until I actually get that skill point. I mean, what? Screw this, we're going back.
Hone your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now. It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Change the tempo. Watch, we on time. Hey, now you know. Listen to the rhythm we giving them. We bringing it with passion. Smashing. You should just move to my groove. Case in point. Watch how I improve. Then the automator is ready. You know we're hater. A music motivator, and I'ma show you later.
Are you kidding me?
But right now we getting down. You frown, cause I surround your sound with rhythm that's raw rhymes that really will get ya. Do your silly do like a Philly and I split ya. Hit your hard style showing out. Exhale long and blow 'em out. Yeah, you in the danger room, come on now. Yeah, you in the danger room, come on now. Look, boy, you in the danger room.
There we go! No idea why they didn't register last time, but there it is finally.
Gnorc.
Okay. Now that that silliness is done, let's go to... honestly, a very simple yet really, really satisfying post-game 100% completion level. Also, I love how part of the portal and the portal name is kind of like reflecting on the dragon. It's a nice little effect. But let's go to Gnasty's loot. And let's have... thanks for mugging, Sparks. Let's have some fun. The one thing that makes this level so damn satisfying is the fact that you can fly! Bleh. Well, not all that high, but you know. And also, there is a crap ton of treasure. Pretty sure all of the treasure in this level is 5s, 10s, and 25s. Actually, I'm not even sure if there are any 5s. It's mostly just yellows and purples. For some reason, it's just so satisfying almost constantly seeing that gem counter go up at just almost at a breakneck pace. It's so just so rewarding. One thing that isn't rewarding is the fact that you have to chase more of these darn thieves down, and they are just so annoying in this game. However, once you actually defeat thieves, like so, what they unlock with their keys is actually pretty cool. If you go over here and unlock this door, it unlocks steps! Oh my god! Just steps? Really? Just steps. Well, this may not seem like a lot at first, but you'll see that with every step that you climb, you're able to fly just a little bit higher and explore more of the level. I'd say that's a pretty neat mechanic. Also, the music here is just so, I don't know, whimsical, I guess, for lack of a better word. I like it a lot. It's almost like celebration music. Like, even the game is congratulating you for getting this far. And now we can actually go up here, and I actually saw, I believe Jacksepticeye do this. If you stand right behind one of these, I wonder if this is even possible in the original game. You can actually get this thief really easily by using the windmill. Bam! And that key just gravitates right towards you. I love it. I love it so much. Never knew you could do that. Glad I found out, though. That must be a really good tactic for speedrunners as well. Awesome. So now where's next? Right over here. And also with all this flying, you can really tell the difference in the dynamic music. Oh god, this... Ugh, I hate chasing this plane right here. You can really tell the difference in the dynamic music in between when you're just going around on the ground and when you're flying. Actually, if I can catch this guy, like, right here. Oh my gosh, he's so easy. Why don't I always do that ever? I make things so much more complicated. But you can tell that the music kind of downplays, and then when you're on the ground, it's a little bit different. At least I think it is. Maybe I'm totally hearing that wrong. Weird. Also, the music skipped a little bit just now. That was really weird. And this guy is also a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's see how long it takes me to catch up to him. God, why do they have to be in planes? Ugh, God, that bubbling lava is just like licking my tummy. I don't like it. It's making me sweat. Both in fear and in heat. See, it looks like I should be close enough to flame him, but nope. Doesn't register that I am. There we go, and of course I'm right where I need to be to unlock the next door. Oh god. I should be anyway. There we go. Much better. Now this door has one more set of steps and one gem. And now we can fly as high as the level will let us. Which means we can go blast open all these lockboxes that are at the top of these towers. All the way up, Spyro. There you go. I think that's the last one down there. Oh, come on. As you can see by our gem counter, we already have considerably more gems than any other one level in the game has given us so far, by over 300. But you'll see in just a couple minutes that that number goes even higher. It's get all these over here, and I think that's all of the gems in this area of the level. But now let's go over to where the return home portal is, and get ready to be really, really satisfied. Whole bunch of 25ers, and a whole bunch of fireworks. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, that feels so good. And now look at that gem counter. Look at it just... Oh, 2,000. Yeah, that feels good. Also, let's just take a moment to appreciate this room right here. They really outdid themselves with this last room here. Because in the original, yes, there was a giant portrait of Gnasty, but there was like no... I'm guessing these are like unsent love letters. I'm not really sure what the deal with these are, but he also has like frickin' motivational posters. Imagination rhymes with devastation. Confidence, there's nothing standing between you and your goal but a little tiny purple dragon. Knowledge is the power to turn dragons to crystal. Patience is for dragons. That one's honestly kind of a dumb one. That one up there actually looks like it comes from a level in the second game. Teamwork is for Gnorcs who can't do it themselves. That's what it is. If you want something done, it's best done yourself. Practice, it's not about being the best, it's about destroying everyone else. Yeah. It's just like my saying of mine. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose, as long as you get revenge on whoever wins. Then it's just repeating itself over here, but still, I love what they did with this room. You can even see some of these motivational posters in the beginning cutscene when Gnasty's watching the news of the dragons on his TV. It's just so cool, so satisfying. I wonder what's behind that. I actually didn't really notice this the first couple times I played the game. Makes me wonder if that's like a secret room that you need to... I wonder if this is a secret room that's actually accessible. And people haven't discovered it yet, because the game's only been out for like a month. Not even a month. What's today's date? Today is December 4th, so yeah, like, it's been out for like 3 weeks. Also, my feet are on the floor right now. That's weird. Let's get out of here. And let's see that sweet, sweet 120% cutscene for all of our efforts.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent.
What?
Uh-oh. Here we go again.
See, that ending never really made all that much sense to me, because it's been confirmed that Gnasty is just no more, so... how exactly does that work? And it's never even addressed in the sequel, that all the dragons were turned to crystal again. I always found that to be a bit of a cop-out ending, but still, Spyro in Shades is like the dopest thing ever. In fact, my friend Patrick, who's been featured in a few of my videos, has mentioned that... and also, for some reason, we're back in Artisans. But he mentioned that it would have been really cool if there was like a post-game 120% unlockable that you could play through like a New Game Plus with Spyro wearing those shades. And honestly, I'm in agreement with him. That would have been really cool. But as far as Spyro 1 Reignited goes, I have very few complaints about this version of the game. Yes, there were a few changes that I'm not totally on board with, and a few other changes that I wish they had done, but those are really minor nitpicks. The flying controls are a bit off sometimes. Some of the controls just feel a little bit off, but Spyro's general movement feels really nice, and his movement animation looks really, really good. And the worlds are very much just fully realized. All of the character redesigns look amazing, especially the dragons. They added so much more personality. This version of Spyro 1 is just... I would go so far as to say it's the definitive Spyro 1. This is the remaster, the remake that I just hoped it would be with every fiber of my being. They really outdid themselves with Spyro 1. I love it so much. It's just so well done. And yes, there are a few minor technical issues in Spyro 1, but for the most part they aren't terribly distracting or game-breaking. But since they had less time to work on the sequels, they do have technical issues that are a bit distracting, which kind of holds this game back a bit. But I'll get to that once I actually, play and record them. But for now, I will leave you with the conclusion of Spyro 1 by saying, well done, Toys for Bob. Well done indeed. See you guys next time.